Hi, I'm Jason Bellini, reporting for The Daily Beast. About a month ago, I was standing in line outside the U.S. Capitol with some environmentalists. They'd arrived at 6 a.m. for a 10 a.m. hearing on the big global warming bill. There were already 25 people ahead of them in line. And frankly, many of them looked homeless.
These guys are all paid line sitters, mostly for corporate lobbyists.
At this moment, I live on the streets.
Indeed, homeless people like Oliver Gomez are working on Capitol Hill. The question, why are lobbyists from some of America's richest companies hiring homeless people to hold their place for them in line? And is it right? On the first question, the answer is pretty simple. Lobbyists themselves aren't going to sleep on the pavement.
Don't bother me. It's money.
The moral quandary is more complicated.
I bought this suit for $5 at the thrift store.
But first, here's how it works. Oliver, in his $5 suit, holds a spot in line for a lobbyist who arrives and switches places with him just minutes before the hearing begins. So who's hiring them? Lobbyists secure line standers using third-party companies like Best Messenger. The clients on this day include electrical companies like Duke Energy and trade organizations that want free pollution allowances under cap and trade.
What are you working for now? Are you able to say?
Let's see. Fertilizer Institute.
Fertilizer Institute,
yes.
Okay.
And Portland Cement.
Portland Cement represents the entire cement industry, and they're getting big breaks in this legislation. I wanted to find out from them why it's so important to be inside these hearings. They didn't return my calls. So I asked Anna Palmer, who covers lobbying for the Capitol Hill newspaper Roll Call.
Companies want to be at these hearings because, what lawmakers decide to do at these hearings can impact their company's bottom line. They want to have direct access, they want to get the information as soon as possible, and then, be able to contact staff or, effectively try to change maybe something that's adverse.
Energy and healthcare legislation are driving up the number of hours and consequently the price of getting a seat in the room. I'm told a single seat can cost as much as $3,500, and that's driving public interest groups nuts.
The first 24 spots were paid for by energy companies. We don't have that kind of power behind us.
Okay, so it's not fair to the little guy, but what about the homeless guy? Hans Scheltema, a former bike courier who's not homeless, gave me the numbers.
Our rate's $36 an hour and $45 an hour, depending on what company.
If you're homeless, that's not bad.
No, the homeless people don't get that much. It's broken down. Usually the bike couriers will get 50%, and the other companies may only give them $11 out of that $40 an hour.
I ran into Oliver again a few weeks after we first met. He had big news.
I just started my own company.
Your own company?
Yeah.
That's amazing. You're homeless and you have your own company.
Well, I just started it. OG Temps.
OG Temps is now a subcontractor for the firm that Oliver used to work for.
How many people did you hire?
Today, I think it was 6 people.
He recruits employees from his homeless shelter.
Everyone can stand some improvement in their life, including myself.
Oliver's taking computer classes. He's saving up to rent an apartment.
I want to do a nonprofit, so at least 15% of my proceeds for the job that I'm doing now will go into a nonprofit.
But how long can this go on? In 2007, Senator Claire McCaskill introduced legislation to ban line standers. It didn't go far, but Senator McCaskill is planning to reintroduce her bill in the next month or two.
To be up on the Hill, working in the halls of Congress, if not just sitting in the hallway of Congress and watching a senator go by or some important person, it gave me a little bit of hope inside of my heart.
So should we want Oliver's business, OG Temps, to succeed? I guess it depends on where you stand in line. I'm Jason Bellini, reporting from Washington for The Daily Beast.